and it's my daughter's birthday. So I have been up bright and early since about 6 o'clock this morning doing happy birthdays, which is lovely, and it means I'm raring to go. I'm also super excited about today as well because I am hanging out with my friend Matt, who I have had as an accountability buddy for 6-7 years now. We speak every single Friday morning at 9 o'clock, and now that we are allowed to meet because lockdown has been lifted slightly, restrictions again have been lifted slightly, we're meeting face to face for the first time in about a year, so I'm super excited about that. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat box that you can see me and you can hear me. That would be awesome, please. Hopefully I am going live across Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and in my Facebook group. It's not been working. So if you're watching me in the Facebook group, I'm so pleased. It hasn't been working very well. We use Restream and it's not been playing the game. So I might have to upload this separately. If so, then I'm sorry about that. But I hope you're all well. I hope you're having an amazing May. I can't believe it's May. So let me know in the chat box that you can hear me. I'm just checking my sound. That looks like that's working. Actually, it looks like it's really loud. Hopefully I'm not shouting at you too much. That looks like that's working, and hopefully you can see me. So now let's talk about, it's not about how much money you make, it's actually about how much money you keep. Now, I've been growing my practice, my advisory consulting practice, slightly different to what you guys do. You offer accounting advice and financial management. However, I offer practice growth advice, but it's the same format, and we run very, very similar businesses. I used to run what one would call a done for you agency, where we did all of the marketing work for our clients, and very, very quickly I realized that was not the best way to get my clients results, and it also wasn't the best way to get me results. So that's where we decided it wasn't about how much money we made, because actually revenue is really easy to create when you have a done for you model, because you can charge more for those services. Not about how much I made, it's how much did I actually get to keep in my practice. And that's what I want to share with you today, because I've been working with my clients over the past year or so, exploring new ways to make better profits. Always a good thing if you can find new ways to make better profits. And the problem that you guys have at the moment is you're still what I call running a faster horse. You're looking at ways to have that faster horse when actually you need to create a motor car, which is where I come in. I am so excited to have brought Momentum 2.0 to the world. It went live last week, and we are creating motor cars instead of faster horses. How are we doing that? Well, we're not looking at how much money you can make. We're looking at how much money you actually get to keep in your accounting practice by offering different services, which is what I want to talk to you about today. So what does that look like? Well, traditionally, as an accounting practice, you have offered compliance, and the only way you've been able to make more money is to reduce your costs or increase your prices of the traditional services. Now, there's a like the holy grail thing that's being sold out there, which is advisory. You should offer advisory. Well, the problem with advisory is you are still being paid time for money. Now, I 100% agree that you need to be offering advisory because there is more profit in it for you. However, it's still capped. You can't scale advisory because you're the person delivering it. You're the one, as the practice owner, with the knowledge and the expertise. If you're an outsourced CFO, you are the one doing the work. So what is the solution instead? Well, we can reduce our prices, make more money. We can increase our prices, make more money. We can offer advisory, make more money. Or we can look at something called leveraged advisory. And what is leveraged advisory? Leveraged advisory is finding a new service offering. It's where we package up your knowledge. We package up your knowledge, your expertise. You know, you've been studying for such a long time. If you are a qualified accountant, if you are a CPA, if you are an outsourced CFO, you will have been studying for a long time. And what happens is when you try and sell compliance, all people look at is your price. But when you find a way to offer leveraged advisory and share your knowledge, not just the actions of being an accountant or a finance specialist, when you share your knowledge, your expertise, your insights, you look at the numbers and you don't just look at what's happened behind people, but you look at, this is the future that you can have in your business. When you share that expertise, that is worth thousands. Now, the amazing thing about sharing your expertise is that you can scale sharing your expertise by sharing it one to many. So stop sharing it one-on-one, or reduce the amount of one-on-one you're doing, so the one-on-one meetings, and look at ways that you can share your expertise one to many. Now, I talk about this a lot in my book, Practice Growth Superpowers, which will be coming out, hopefully, we're still working through it, hopefully by the end of June, beginning of July. But we also do go very, very deep in Momentum about how to offer one to many leveraged advisory services. Now, what are the ways that you can do that? Well, quite simply, you can record videos. So if you were to record videos of questions that your clients ask you all the time, and instead of answering those questions one-on-one on the telephone or in meetings, you could have a video library where people could get together and actually look at the videos in their own time when they have those questions. So you can send them an email saying, here's the answer to that question, or you could put together a vault with lots of questions being answered in it, okay? Another thing that you could do is have weekly or monthly Q&As for your clients where they log on to Zoom and they can actually ask you questions and you can answer them live. Okay, I do this with my clients 3 times a week in Momentum. We have a Q&A session. We also have the recorded videos in the vault where they can learn how to grow their practice. Okay, now the most profitable thing that you can do is find a way to share your expertise without you having to be present. Now, if you're at all nervous, if you're a little bit nervous about sharing your expertise and you don't quite feel that you're ready to be able to share your knowledge, another thing that you can do is run a mastermind. Now, a mastermind is where you're a facilitator rather than actually be the person sharing the information. So what you do is you get a group of businesses together and you help them brainstorm and overcome their challenges. And the people that brainstorm and overcome their challenges are actually the business owners in the room, but you're the facilitator and you can bring them together. So there are 3 ways where you can leverage your advisory and get paid for sharing information one to many. This enables you, and it's really important, okay? It isn't about the money. It's about the amount of money you get to take home. It's about your profits. It's about you having the life of freedom without having to spend hours and hours and hours delivering the compliance. Now, my clients that have had this mindset shift, their profits then become 60, 70%, 80%, as opposed to the 20 or 30, or if you're really lucky, 40% of offering traditional accountancy services. The other great thing about leveraged advisory is that you do not have to hire team members. Because you're working one to many with people, you can actually be the advisor. You don't have to hire more and more qualified accountants and bookkeepers to service your clients, because you're able to service them exactly like I do. I work about 5-6 hours a week helping my clients. That's the time I work in my business. The rest of my time I work on my business. All right, doing the marketing, the sales to get those clients that I can leverage my advisory and consulting. And this is what you can do too as an accountant. So it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you get to take home. That's the key thing. And you can carry on creating a faster horse and running that traditional accountancy firm. Or you can go, do you know what? I'm going to create a motor car. I'm going to start weaving in these other services so I can make more profit. I can take home more pay and have that less time and more freedom in my practice. So I would love to hear from you. Do you offer any leveraged advisory? Do you find any ways where you can actually serve your clients one to many? You can show up for 2 hours, but be working with 10 or 20 or 30 clients at a time. If you can find a way to do that, your profits are going to skyrocket and your time in the business is going to decrease and your happiness and joy will increase because you will have that time freedom. Let me know below if you have been offering any leveraged advisory and if you would like to find out more about how to do it. We go super deep and show you step by step how to integrate leveraged advisory in your accounting practice. Comment momentum below or send me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn with the word momentum and we will get you all the details. Have a great day, folks, and I'll catch up with you all soon.